Well, it appears the evening has just gotten a lot more interesting. I'd make introductions, but I believe you gentlemen know each other. Perhaps from another life? Another lifetime? So tell me, gentlemen, in this game called life, which one of you is going to win? Greetings, everyone. It's Barbara. And today I'm going to review an action figure I have waited a very long time to get my hands on. It took me a long time to find him. I kicked myself originally that I never put him on pre-order. I missed getting him. Finally got him. It's from a company called Stingrays. I'm not sure if they're even still in existence. This is the 1/6 scale figure of Chow Yun Fat as the god of gamblers. And let me just show you, well, first of all, let me show you that I am, by the way, I did get this secondhand, so the box has a little wear. But originally it closed perfectly, and he has this gorgeous seal here, which is metal or plastic imitating metal. This is the back with all the choking warning hazards, because there are small pieces. And then this is layer 1 of this box. This box is huge, as you probably have already seen. This is layer 1, which is Chow Yun and the extra hands he comes with. To be honest with you, I can't swear that I have all the pieces, so if somebody's watching this and you start to say, well, there are pieces missing, there might be. I don't know. But this is, I do have the briefcase. I took it out of here because I didn't want it to fall out. We will talk about it in a few minutes as I talk about everything else. If you would peel back the second layer, you would see that there is a place for a chair. And I think this would also be, by the way, where his coat would have been. And this is the cutouts of the cards, which have already been done. And then underneath this is where the table would have been. And I have already set up the table, but I wanted you to see just how many layers of goodness this box holds. It is insanely detailed. So before we get to Chow Yun, I just want to mention that the seal that is on the box is going to repeat on the stand, and it's also going to repeat, I believe, though not as detailed, on the invitation. By the way, I have not seen the movie, so the seal might be a lot more important to this than I realize. I'm going to take this box off the table. And I am going to show you the table itself. It is solid, 1/6 scale, wood. People, this is wood, not plastic. This is wood. So are the legs. You have 3 legs, you have to screw them in. The table lies flat. There is green felt, gaming felt on top. There is a chair that is made out of wood. It is also the right scale for him, and I'll sit him in the chair in a little bit, but I just wanted you to see this, that this is a very nice So we're going to pause here, and I'm going to go ahead and set him up so we can talk about him as a figure, how well the figure is made. And we are also going to talk about, and ultimately we're going to talk about him as him, but then there's going to be a part 2 of this review where I compare him to a younger Chow Yun Fat, and we'll see how he holds up detailing wise then. So stick with me, guys. Okay, so let's just start off by taking a look at the face sculpt itself. There is no real hair, there are no lashes, there are no, his hair is molded on, this is all plastic. There isn't a whole lot of detailing to the face. The eyes look, frankly, looking at them, they look, just to lift up the head a little bit, there's a little bit of detailing in the sense that it looks like he almost has bags under his eyes, and maybe the lightest hint of a 5 o'clock shadow at his brow, his upper lip, and maybe the start of what would be dark circles under his eyes. But other than that, there really isn't too much detailing here. Unfortunately, one of the hands, his hand here, has a little bit of wear, but that's not a defect. It's just from being in the box too long, but that's okay. I have plenty of hands I can switch it out. I've seen hands that are a little more detailed, although these are pretty decent in the sense that they do have the wear lines at the knuckles, and they do have nails. His ears do have the appropriate kind of lobing, so that's pretty decent in that sense. He's wearing a large winter coat. It is lined, as you can see. There is no gentleman's pocket in the coat. It does appear, if I felt so inclined, I could try to button this closed because there are buttons on it. Let me very quickly remove his hands. Well, not so quickly, I want to be gentle so I can put other hands on. Take the overcoat off. He does, by the way, also come with a very nice evening scarf. I hope you can see this in the light, that it is black and a very nice dark purple detailing. So it's got that, I almost want to say Versace detailing, or Armani. I could be completely wrong on both. He's wearing a traditional long tail tux. The lapel has a little bit of satin to it. The jacket does appear to be only lined at the not the pockets, but you know what I mean. Where the buttons are, the rest of it is kind of lined and kind of not lined. Oh, it is a bolero jacket. I thought it was I thought it was a long tail, but it's a bolero jacket. Very nice seaming here, very nice detailing at the arms and the seaming here. And there are buttons at the sleeves. That is very nice detailing right there. Very impressed by that. I'm not sure if I want to try to close these buttons, but I do think these buttons could also close too. Very nice buttoning here. I like that a lot. He is wearing, by the way, I'll take this jacket off. Sorry, Chow. He has on a proper cummerbund that will close with Velcro. He has a tie that mercifully is stretch. He is not wearing a belt, but I'm okay with that, and his pants will also close with Velcro. I do like the pleating in the shirt, and again, it's been around a while, and I think the shelfware got to it. There's a little bit of staining, but I think that's just, unfortunately, again, I did get the second hand, so that's going to happen. So the shirt will close. Let's do the trousers. Yeah, and he's not He does have on proper socks. So he has on proper socks. So that's actually a nice detail too. So what I will eventually do with this figure, as I said, is a side-by-side comparison with him, and talk about whether or not he compares to the old, if you could really tell there's a difference between the older and younger Chow Yun. There is a watch that comes with this. I like the watch because it is a brown, I like the watch because it is a brown band and gold watch face, but this is not a watch you would wear with a formal suit, unless of course it is your lucky watch, and then by all means. He comes with several hands, which I will now show you together. These are left hands. I thought maybe because of this crease this was a moving thumb. It is not. These are obviously for animation. This is a right and left hand set, so here you go. Again, some detailing. You don't see too many veins or the blue veins, but the knuckles and have the wear lines. Just putting, you know, the hands right and left. I guess this is if he wants to be obnoxious and snap his fingers at somebody. And this is to hold something like a cup or a glass. This is a regular, fully natural posed left hand. And this is a right hand. I guess you would use this to say, you know, 2 shots. As in, like, that's how much alcohol you want in the glass. I did get the second hand, and I'm going to set up the table in a second. But I just want to very quickly see if one of the hands can hold, and I think it can. That's why it's so close. Nope. I thought this was going to, unless you want him to hold it like this is about as close as you're going to get to him being able to properly hold a card in his hand. But that's okay. I don't expect this figure to be able to do that. I would be way more upset if I had a James Bond figure that's supposed to be able to play cards and can't hold the cards. That's where I would get upset. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sit him at the table, and I'm going to show you what the rest of this looks like. So hang tight, and we'll be right back. So I wanted to stand the god of the gamblers up next to his kingdom, that is to say the gaming table, just so you can get a sense of the proportion, how it would look with him standing beside it. But I'm going to take him out of the stand now. Okay, so I have him sitting in front of obviously in front of a backdrop. This does not come with it. This is one of the Godfather backdrops. But I just thought it would be nice to put him in front of it. So the idea is, of course, he sits at the head of the table. And can, of course, oversee everything that is going on. So you might notice toward the front here, there is a cup. That is obviously the cup that the dice are in. There are several die that come with it. There's also cash in the stacks, as you can see on the table, and cash that is loose. These are supposed to be $100 bills, and it's been a while since I've seen one, so I can't tell you for sure if they are marked correctly. There is also cards. I did mention that it took me a while to get this. I got this secondhand, so I'm not sure if this is a full deck, which makes sense because neither am I. There are other little accoutrements here. I'm not sure if these are chess pieces or extra pieces that are meant to go. Well, I think one of this is like a pack of gum. I'm not sure what the other thing is. There is this very ornate invitation. Which does not open, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm assuming this ornate invitation is to this private gambling sequence. The drinks on the table are my own. I set that up myself, by the way. And he does come with, or I should say the figure comes with this very nice, obviously business-purposed suitcase. That you also fill up with cash. This part that looks like you might be able to pull out the folders, you cannot. It is fake, and that's to hide even still more cash. So clearly, this is a god. But you can, of course, always repurpose that suitcase into something else. So this, it does only come with one share. I brought in the other, as you will see in a minute, because when we do the comparison between the Chow Yuns. But this is, it's a highly impressive set, but unfortunately, it is also a set that is very, very hard to come by. When you see it, I saw it on eBay for a very long time. It is not a set that you buy lightly. This is really an investment piece. The reason that I bought this set is twofold. I love Chow Yun Fat. I wanted to have a figure with him to expand my collection, and I wanted a figure that was accurate. And I also wanted to have the gaming table because I do own several James Bond figures. And I wanted to have that accurate gaming table with the pieces like the die and the cards, so I can have them to play with. So all in all, this is not a set that you buy lightly, but this is a set that if you can find it and you can get it at a reasonable price, you get it, because the playability is beyond the charts. You will have a proper gaming table for your dolls and for your action figures. You will have a proper high-class gambling room set up with the money, the cards, and the die, and the invitation. You definitely want to get this. If you can find it, again, if you can find it at a reasonable price. And you may not always be able to, but if you can, absolutely get your hands on it. So stay tuned for part 2 of this review. I'm going to do the younger Chow Yun Fat figure from the movie, and I want to double check the title because the action figure has a different title than the actual person. The movie is from 1991. It's called Once a Thief, but the action figure is called Overrun the Four Seas. So for this part, for Chow Yun Fat as the god of gamblers, I am Barbara, and I will see you in my next review where Chow Yun will meet his younger self, who was once a thief. Take care. Bye-bye.